Okay, so that brings us up to session number 51. You are currently in the city of Corvosa, having done a few jobs, went to a vampire bar, got drunk on blood wine, and one of you turned into a bat.
Well, those members of the party that didn't do the sensible, proper thing of going to bed early.
Shut up, Jeremy.
The camera's frozen again, Martin.
Yeah, just a perfect freeze frame there.
Not sure how many times it's going to freeze today because of that wonderful thing called technology. I believe it's got some sort of driver annoying problem somewhere. Doesn't matter which port I plug it into or what else, it seems to tie itself up very quickly. And amusingly, it's the best of all the cameras. So, that one working, one all the way over there working, not even pointing them up. Look, we got a mark!
No! No!
Hi, Mark!
Humbug. Bah.
So, we'll get Mark to introduce his character.
Hi, I'm playing Sparky, Amber Spark, the nice, friendly female dwarf rogue who will make sure she never gets in any trouble like any other rogues that might have been previously in the party.
Lie.
The to-be-corrupted rogue. That's true, isn't it?
Yes, depends on a certain sorcerer.
Now, it's the storyline of corruption.
Oh yeah,
It is based around the 7 deadly sins, after all.
that's true.
So, online today we have Jeremy.
Yes, good evening all. I'm playing Cordar, the elven, half-human would-be hero of Sandpoint, trying to live up to the name or the path set forward by his sort of older brother, sibling. The family's got connections. That means that there's definitely a name to live up to either way. And so yes, so after reading the stories of the wonders of the Pathfinder Society and how much good they do in the world, he joined up to help the Pathfinder Society make the world a better place.
And he's still undecided whether that's a good or a bad thing.
Well, having joined the Pathfinder Society and seen the internals of it, he's concerned that possibly the stories did not tell the entire truth, but he can work hard to make them true.
Not a bad ideal.
Wow.
Also online today we have Martin.
Yes, I'm playing Barak Bloodguzzler, a wild druid dwarf, and just settling in. I guess I'm signed up to the Pathfinder Society, but I'm probably just as circumspect as our friend the human, or elf.
I believe both statements are true because he's part human, part elf. Is that correct? There, Jeremy?
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, you're correct on both counts.
Cool.
And it's probably just a recognition of what you actually see when you think you're more human or more elf.
Wow.
So I can kind of, with one eye closed, he looks like an elf, and the other eye open and
With both eyes closed, you look much better again.
So deep tonight.
And also tonight we have David.
Yeah, g'day. I am David. I play Ballas Silvertongue. All-round great moral guy. Lover of pets of all shapes and sizes.
And also widows too.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right. If you remember the session in
I do,
Iliosa.
yes.
It's quite hard to forget it, but
Yep. And just all-round great, charitable, kind guy with absolutely no real negative flaws. Like everyone, he is just human, except the ones who aren't humans. But
And you're very good at seeing eye to eye to kids.
exactly, and very, very cooperative with every member of the party.
Right. Until it comes time to
I gotta go to the toilet. I'm feeling sick right now.
throw this off.
Yeah, look, as a player, I would like to have as much deception as my character.
Yes.
So he is currently hunting for that wish that was promised when he collected the 100 eyes of 5 to 7 year old children. Always the left eye.
Look, the good thing about kids is that they grow things back.
Silence. I think you're thinking about trees and other things like that. Yeah.
No, kids grow eyes back, right? Yep, cool. Next. Who else is here?
And you are currently in Curse of the Crimson Throne Adventure Path using the Pathfinder 1 Adventure Path, which amusingly, when I ran it in Pathfinder First Edition, I used the 3.5 Adventure Path because it was written for D&D, not Pathfinder. So eventually I'll get to an Adventure Path written for the actual system I'm running in, but I don't see why I should need to rush to that one. I think Kingmaker was the big one that I actually ran in the actual rule set.
purely accidental.
Purely accidental, yes.
It's okay. Jeremy died in the end. I was happy.
And his character too.
Yes, I know.
So yes, last session you had met with Cressida, who had asked you to find Trinia, who has been declared poisoner of the king. And Nexa did remember Trinia. Belef would also remember Trinia because she is a well-known artist. And rumoured to be quite gentle. Which is a odd trait to have for someone who grew up in Corvosa.
That's unusual.
Hmm?
Why couldn't Pimwinkle beat this person in the first place?
Because Pimwinkle doesn't pose.
Or do you know Pimwinkle that well, did you?
Well, he didn't pose up until he started to get corrupted, and then he poses all the time.
Oh, he poses 100% or something. Did you hear about the statue they're going to make in Cordosa? No?
They've already put one up.
What, the front and back statues? Yeah. Clothes are optional. So
That's okay. So you've been asked by Cressida to find her because they know that if the Corvosian Guard or the Hell Knights find her first, it won't be good.
Yeah.
And that the Sable Company has been ordered to disband, which was the main guard of Corvosa.
Yep.
And you were told her address was 42 Moon Street.
Okay. Does that is that something that people know exactly where that is? Like for particularly Balath and Nexa?
Well, Nexa decided to not be here tonight, so Ballas, you're the only person who can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ballas care enough?
You'll have to repeat the question.
So does Ballas care enough?
You'll have to repeat the previous information associated with the question.
Okay, so the information is that the Queen has blamed Trinia Sabor as a portrait painter of Corvosa of some skill. has been the poisoner of the king and has ordered her to be captured and executed.
Yeah, Bella's happy to relay the information with a few snarky comments about why he doesn't already know.
What? Yeah, sorry.
You know.
And you do remember having posed for the portrait of you in your dad's house that she painted.
Yep. Also, she is a mad artist. She's really good.
And not likely to have been one to kill the king by the sound of it.
I wouldn't go that far, but probably not.
So then the original question was, apparently she lives at, what was it, 42 Moon Street or something?
Yep.
Do you know exactly where that is?
Martin?
Yes, you do know exactly where that is because that's where you posed. You were disappointed because she made you put your clothes back on 3 times.
That's right, it just gives us the excitement of taking them off.
So that answers my question I had as Mark, not as a character.
I just could see that question bubble above Mark's head, so I had to answer it.
Especially when you see the post for a picture, going, oh, I'm going, I'm waiting for the time. Ah, damn it.
There is a reason why most people think she was unlikely to have poisoned the king. The rumors have it that she was also his +1.
So, given that Bella knows where she is and things like that, I'm guessing we're in the rich part of town, are we?
No, she's actually in the port. You're in the rich part of town, yes, but
the place where she lives.
no, it's actually one of the poor parts of town because she never cared about wealth.
Is it old Cordosa?
It is in.
I'm still in the map now because I think.
But because I clicked on it, it decided to open an actual picture. Isn't that nice of it? So I will say. See if it actually tells me where it's supposed to be, and then I'll Midland. So yes, it's actually not too far from where you guys are at Citadel Bolshenik.
Okay, that's good. It'll make it easier to get there in time.
So I'll bring the map up so you can see the map better. So you can see Midlands.
Yeah.
And you can see the border of Midlands. And you can see that Citadel Bolshenik is in Midlands. So I would say she would not be too far away. If I had 3 names, that would be even easier. Or would I have something silly like that?
Well, Cordar is more than happy to help out Cressida in any way that possible, and we'll certainly rather see the girl receive a fair trial and before justice might be dispensed. So.
Okay. So the 4 of you head off.
No more singing. We'll let us sing when I go golf anymore. No.
Well, you were told not to sing underground.
Yeah, but still, I'm just based on previous DM activities, I'm going to sing it.
Hi ho, it's off to hang we go.
No, it's more because if I hi ho ho ho, then Prim goes, "You're talking at me?" No.
Isn't that more of a low ho?
Oh no, he's got a high low too. Hi ho. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if no one else has any concerns or issues, I suggest we move quickly based upon the mobs on the street that we saw as we came in.
Sparky puts her hand up, goes, waiting for Cordar's response.
Sorry, I actually lost connection for a moment, so I might have missed something.
Oh no, so Sparky puts her hands up, waiting for you to recognise her.
And the 3 of them walk off on Sparky.
Okay, and let's walk on.
No, if Cordar notices, and there's no reason why I wouldn't, do you go to the toilet first? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying I'm really keen to do this. That's all.
Okay, let's go then.
I've just been a pain in the ass, that's all.
Yeah.
I will ask Belle Arthur how much it cost to get his painting done when she got previously done by her.
No, I don't need another painting. I don't really have time for that sort of nonsense
I didn't.
anymore.
No, the painting's not for you. I would like to know, because I've got a bit of artistry background. I wouldn't mind knowing, like how much does she charge for a painting and things like that. So
Let me just say that you can't afford it.
I could take that in many different ways, and I'm going to take it many different ways.
Yep, so did I.
Yes.
Well, the Cordar is certainly encouraging Bella to be lead on quickly.
Okay, you start.
Yes. Okay, come on then. Let's
You
So,
just,
so what?
something useful. Let's be heroes.
I still got the gloves for the dog.
sure.
What do we know about this lady and where she lives?
I don't know. Let me consult my deity, the Great Dungeon Master.
She lives in the slums and is extremely poor, but does the best portraits in town.
Not really sure why she's poor. Perhaps she has an addiction, a vice. I don't know. But she's very good at what she does.
And she's one of the prettiest women you've dealt with who also had absolutely no interest in you.
So she's obviously not of the proper sexuality, obviously.
Not a sound mind.
Yes.
Right, my turn here. No.
Okay. So as you're walking through these streets, you're hearing a lot of people yelling out curses in Pinwinkle's name.
Well, Cordo's certainly aiming for shuffling through the streets on the idea of a bit faster than a walk. So,
Hey, you got a dwarf here. You can't run too fast, remember?
So curses, as in cursing Pinwinkle, or on behalf cursing us on behalf of Pinwinkle?
People cursing others on behalf of Pinwinkle.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're a hired person by Pinwinkle. I hate
Sorry.
you by Pinwinkle.
Where what? Sorry.
So where they're basically doing a statement and ending by Pinwinkle on the end of it.
Yeah, right.
So you're hearing the name Pinwinkle quite a lot as you're going down the street.
It seems, my friend, stupidity spreads quickly in the masses.
Because apparently, if Pinwinkle happens to hear them swear in his name, he will give them a gold coin as he passes.
Oh, I love that. He's a nice guy then.
So he pays people to swear by him.
So who's killing Pinwinkle? Is someone got a plan to kill Pinwinkle yet?
I'm putting money on Nexa, by the way, but I think that's a fairly given. I think...
We can only hope.
No, look, I think... But who knows? Pinwinkle might come good. Who knows?
that seems unlikely considering it's not Pinwinkle.
Oh, look.
It was some demon that flew out. It burst from the body of the fallen.
Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anything you're talking
Yeah, it's Pinwinkle.
I'm sure Cordar will become the demon hunter Cordar eventually, and then go after Pinwinkle as his one escapee.
The big thing that Cordar concerned about at the moment is that, hey, he's already tried to kill him once, and apparently he was invulnerable.
Well, I think Sam... because I made a deal to be nice to Cordar back from a certain person, so I cannot say anything bad about Cordar right now.
Okay. It takes you about 20 minutes to find Moon Street, and you push your way through the crowds and have people curse you in the name of Pinwinkle quite a few times.
I just pat the dog.
Are the crowds trying to stop us going forward, or are they just a mob that's stopping anything going forward?
There's just a mob that has gotten around Moon Street. As you get closer to the house, it is a 5-story tenement and the bottom floor you see rocks and rotten food being thrown in the windows by the mob.
Uh-huh. Can we potentially, is there a spot where we could try and enter around the back where it'd be less obvious?
Okay, because of how tightly packed this is, you could probably climb up and come in through the top.
Would I be able to squeeze around the corner?
Well, squeezing around the corner would require you to backtrack, find an alleyway. It's the buildings are built up against each other. It's not like you have gaps between buildings.
I believe just size thing, that's what it is. Okay, I suggest a Cordar to look after the crowd while I can see if I can find a entrance outside the front door.
Well, I would suggest that if you were planning on trying to find another entrance, climb up the wall or things like that type of stuff, that essentially you want to get to a spot where the crowd is less, you're less visible to the crowd.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to actually encourage the crowd to try and climb up the wall.
I run off in stealth mode.
You run up in stealth?
I'm gonna run around the corner in stealth and just run away.
Okay, so you run a fair bit down the street to get away from the crowds.
With a 28 stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking for a space where I've got no crowds around me that I can possibly hop, find a spot.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll acrobatics and all that stuff when you want me to.
So you find an alley to duck into.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, around here, most of the buildings are 5 or 6 stories tall.
So look what way I can go. Dump, jump around. Like,
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. Natural 20 with 29 total.
Okay, so upgraded 29.
Yep.
So looking up, you see that there are clotheslines, bridges made out of rope and boards across gaps. So you could probably cross the city on the rooftops quite easily. And no one seems to be travelling up there.
You've got okay.
Just as Sparky disappeared and I didn't get a chance to try and catch her on the way out, I'll turn back to Balath and Barak. No, Barak. Yeah. And look at Balath and say, I'm guessing she's not the only person that lives in this building.
I would dare say that there might be quite a few people living in many different buildings. This is a very poor part of town.
So I just wonder whether or not Sparky has any idea exactly which place she's trying to get into in the building, but hopefully that'll be obvious later.
No, I'm sure that won't come back to bite anything else.
Well, perhaps we should go in. It may be advantageous if we can try and go in a little bit unobtrusively, again, to avoid encouraging the crowd to follow behind, but also just as a general feature.
Well, you're the rogue, you lead the way.
So,
Okay, so I'm going to go for an intimidation check as you try to push your way through the crowds.
oh, okay, so we haven't got to the front of the crowd as such yet.
Not yet.
No, okay.
An intimidation check, you say?
Oh, here we go.
How well does Cordar go at intimidating?
Well, no, I was thinking we'd actually already made the front of the crowd and we were looking to try at the doorway, but if we're not at the front of the crowd, then okay. Perhaps the Balath might gain the attention of the crowd.
Well, my friend, would you like the crowd cleared? And distract them.
Although, as I say, the problem is that we need Balath actually in the building to actually show us which apartment we're going to. So
I'm sure they'll be very distracted when they're on fire.
Just answer the question.
So, well, as I say, we do need to try and pass through, so it would be certainly easier if the crowd was dispersed, not without the use of weaponry.
Yes, very well. Give me a moment. Belath,
Cordar will grab Barak and just step to the side a little bit to allow Balath to do his work and not be directly associated with Balath.
Slightly ascends to a more visible position.
Yep.
Using a bit of prestidigitation goodness, he makes himself look rather and or intimidating, and bellows to the crowd, "Flee!" And gets a 26 for his intimidation check.
I will give you advantage.
I don't need it. Yeah, no, I'll keep the.
Okay, people scream and point, and you get some rotten vegetables thrown in your direction.
17 up.
Apparently, they managed to hit a armor class of 20
Yeah, right.
with a rotten tomato.
They're going to
It's
fire.
a way to burn that get the shit out of them.
And you see people running in all different directions.
Yep, cool. I'm okay with that.
Hey, you know, some people, when you get them angry, are more accurate.
I don't really think I get them angry so much as scared, but okay.
Anyway, so they might have just thrown they threw the tomato away so they ran over their shoulder and it just happened to get you.
Yeah, that's okay. As long as the desired result is achieved.
Okay.
Okay, so we got an acrobatics check or an athletics check. What do you want to do?
Acrobatics, of course.
Acrobatics. So our dwarf is going to tumble, flip, and leap to the top.
Parkour, I think the word is.
Parkour.
Natural one.
I got 11 total.
11 total. Okay, so
Plus 9.
plus 9. Okay, so you leap, you twirl, you jump, you fall. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage with a face plant on the cobblestones.
You do look cool up until the point where you face plant.
I'll try again. That's double that last time. That's
4.
4, yeah. So that's like 13.
Okay, you get a little bit higher up and leap and not realize that it's a little bit further than you intended, and then thump onto the cobblestones, another 10 points.
Hang on. I do have a thing when I get a slow fall. I'm not sure that's going to help me at all.
Catfall.
Yeah, cat fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that reduce any damage on this at all?
It would, yes.
If we take off 10 foot worth of damage,
Yeah.
probably about what your first one was.
Okay, so that dice goes there. Going through dice pretty quickly tonight.
Okay, so in which case then you've taken 5 instead of 10 for each of those.
Okay. One last go.
Mhm.
Before whoop, I go around the front again. I'll fall again.
Probably.
I got 14.
Yep.
Oh fuck this! I'm going to the front door.
Okay, so after 3 attempts, you come around as the crowd's running and screaming in various directions.
I'll and I'll go join the rest of the party.
And someone comes up to you, grabs you by the jacket and says, run for your life! And runs off.
Yes. Yes, run.
No. I know it's Belloth, yeah. I know Belloth a little bit more than I used to. First time I met Belloth, I would have run the other way. So I'll go, okay. I'll go where I met him last and go, oh, they're not there, and I shouldn't have gone to the front.
Oh no, they're still there.
That's where they go.
Because the crowd is not quick at running away.
Oh, okay. I think the best idea is go through the front door.
You see Sparky show up with black soot all over her front.
So, well, okay, so, but yeah, Cordar and presumably Barak will have started moving towards the door when the crowd started to run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, obviously not aiming to get too far away from Belloth in that case. And catch up with Sparky. Oh, I'm glad you came back because you ran off before we could tell you exactly where you were going.
I'll just try to see if there's another way in there. That's okay. There's no other way in there. Definitely
Absolutely
no other way in there.
Okay, so you finally make it to the front door. You find that the lower level ground is a barber and is completely pelted with rocks and rotten food.
Is he dead or is he?
Well, his shop has been pelted.
Oh,
So can we actually get into the shop?
Yes, you can walk right in through the window. The entire window has been broken. You see the barber sprawled over one of the chairs.
I'll go check on it just to make sure it's okay.
We'll aim to go through the doorway, the door rather than the window, but is the barber injured?
Sparky rushes over to check while you're unlocking the door. Because apparently he'd locked the door to keep the mob out.
I went to the window, yeah.
And didn't help because it was a glass door. And so by the time you reach the person, Sparky tells you, give me a medicine roll.
Yes? Okay. Medicine roll of... Let's go to the first dice. Yeah, when I don't need it, I'll get a good roll. I was hoping for 1, so it was dead. Yeah. No, sorry. It's 18.
18. Okay, you check him over and you pronounce him dead.
What? I do the signal of... There you go. I shake my head at Cordar going, not good. Oh, by the way, I'll go back over and open the door from the other side.
Okay, we'll come in, looking around to see if there's any other people in the store.
There's no one else in the store. There is a side door that opens into the tenement, though it's slightly ajar. The front door to the tenement has been locked up because, well, no one really wants to go in and out of the front door.
Well, if you get up and there's a mob outside, killing the barber. Okay, Corey, I'm having a quick look around the shop to see if there's any other people in the store, and then we'll aim to go to that rear door, side door, whatever, and try and go through to the tenements.
Okay, you have a good look around. No one else here. It looks like the barber was trying to hide behind one of his chairs before he got hit by something.
Mm-hmm. And the barber is definitely dead. It's not like Sparky was.
Give me a medicine roll.
13.
30. Definitely dead.
Yep. The fact that the head is hiding behind another chair is a clue.
You know what, fella? After watching the examination, would just like to make sure.
So much trust in this party. Yeah.
So what does Beleth get?
Hang on 2 secs. Well, sitting on my computer. 25.
Okay, Beleth checks him over. Looks like he died by a rock to the temple.
Okay, right.
Like an extreme force.
Martin, if you want to do check as well, you might as well do a check as well, just to say.
Oh, well, I've got battle medicine, so...
Is there any evidence?
The whole party's got
The
battle
party
medicine.
healer would like to assume his role for a brief moment.
Why would you want to do something crazy like that?
I've got a 20.
You got a 20 having a look. You also confirmed that he died by a blow to the side of the head.
I'm just looking at all three and you were just shaking my head going, I told
My
you.
question is, was it thrown by a sling?
Uh,
Thrown at him?
you think it was thrown by hand because it is jagged, not smooth. And most slings don't throw jagged stones.
It was an unfortunate or a lucky shot, depending upon how you look at it. So, from the mob.
Well, when mob throws in number, you're bound to get lucky.
Someone's bound to get lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. Is there any evidence, like pictures or anything like that on the wall about it potentially indicating family members of the barber?
There is a quite a nice picture of the barber up on there.
Yep. With two lovely little girls sitting on his knee.
There are, well, two little boys actually. But hard to tell because, well, that they have the long hair, the angelic look. It could quite easily be male or female. It's not really painted specifically one way or the other.
That's right.
But the signature on the painting is T. Sabor.
So here.
Okay. As we're trying to make our way up the tenement to Trina's location, I will keep my eye out for the people scene, on the idea that he may be able to help the family recover from the situation they've befallen them.
Okay, so as you're going up, you notice that behind you, Sparky's making sure nothing is left behind.
17.
As you see Sparky rifling through the pockets.
You're collecting to return the contents to the family? I expect they live here, so we might find them on the way up. Good idea, well done.
Yeah.
And you find two decent razors.
2 razors.
Yeah.
Oh, I could go full. What's that bloody Johnny Depp movie? You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands?
No, the one that he cooks the pies of human meat. Yeah.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, yeah. I go full Sweeney Todd now.
It would not be out of place in this setting.
I didn't think there was a problem there. Anyway, so
Though you'd think that'd be more Riddleport than Corvosa.
Yeah, true. I will put those aside. I was looking for any keys in case we need any keys or something. So.
It's a tenement, they don't have keys.
I didn't know. I'm just checking for. I'm just in case, okay?
Okay, you find the stairwell up. The stairwell is dank, creaky, and partly damaged.
Cool. Off we go, Corda.
So I'm certainly happy to be heading up and if there are any faces poking out from behind doors, if he recognises any of the kids from the pictures, he'll stop. But otherwise, he'll be saying to any faces the idea, don't be alarmed. The mob is dispersed.
On the first floor, you see there are 5 apartments. All the doors are shut.
Yep.
And there is a set of stairs at the other end of the corridor going up again.
Okay. And did Bella say what floor the Trina lived on?
He didn't know.
What I was going to ask you, Mark, was the stairs will come up right now? Do they keep going up, or they?
No, they each stair only goes up to the floor. Then you got to walk the entire length of the floor to go up the next one, and then.
Okay.
So it's one of those what they call fire risk tenants.
Yeah. So I'm going to stay at the end. I'm going to be the looking behind us just in case somebody's following us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stay at the back, and I'm just going to sit in just where in a corner where I can see people down there, but they can't see me, kind of thing. So,
Okay.
yeah. Let the crew go first.
I believe David had to drop out for a little bit.
Yeah.
You think he said that earlier?
Does Bella remember where he had his picture taken though? If he had a studio or something?
Well, he was about a 10-year-old at the time.
Ah, okay.
They're probably drunk, so if I know Bella well enough, so
He just remembered coming here. And besides, it was his assistants who brought him here for the thing. They'd remember all those details.
Yeah. So he doesn't actually remember how many flights of stairs he had to go up.
Just that he was bored, most likely. Okay. And the doors are all numbered 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E.
And the address that we got given didn't include a phone number, did it?
It did not.
Head down the corridor. All the doors are shut on this level. You said?
They're all shut.
We'll Corridor will go for trying up the next floor just to see whether or not people might be looking out. They're less concerned if they're higher up than they would have been on the ground floor or the second floor.
Okay.
So we'll basically go to the end of the corridor, go up the stairs, and have a look down the next corridor.
Looking down the next corridor, there is another 5 set of doors and the stairs at the far end.
And again, everyone's closed up.
Everyone's closed up.
Corridor will go to the first door along the corridor,
Yep.
and he'll knock on the door.
Okay. A matronly looking woman opens the door and says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Greetings, man. My name is Corda. I'm here on behalf of the city. What's the Crusaders actually? Is it City Watch, City Guard? They're not the Sable Guard or something like that.
The city guard is and the sable guard are similar. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But like whatever the appropriate phrase is for her organisation.
The Crossing guard is the main thing.
Yeah. We were concerned the damage to the property below. We're looking for perhaps the family of the poor Bala below to see if we can arrange some to provide arrangements for the family to assist them.
You'll find the barber in 1B.
Sorry, I was talking over you.
It says you'll find the barber in 1B.
1B, next door. Oh no, one down.
Yeah, one down.
So I noticed that the barber had a lovely picture of his family in the shop there. Does the artist happen to live nearby? Do you know?
The artist is a good girl. No one needs to worry about where she is, she says.
We certainly happily and understand that she would be a good girl. Like, no reason to suspect otherwise. So.
She's not done what these people said she's done. She not kill anyone.
Just let her keep talking.
She's. People think she's killed someone?
Mob downstairs thinks she killed someone. That's why we stopped Mob getting in.
Well, so we have managed to at least disperse the mob for the time being, so we shall aim to get to the bottom of the issue.
You'll give me a diplomacy check to see if you can get her on side.
Ooh. 16 for a total of 19.
Okay. She looks you up and down and says, are you wearing the Kovosan badge openly as well?
Yep, absolutely. We're here on guard business from that perspective.
So that adds. Did you take that +2 into account?
No, so I didn't add that. That's an extra +2, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So 21 total there.
Okay. She says.
And of course, unless of course she's particularly opposed to the guard at the present time. So.
Well, the award's not given out to just anyone. Aren't you lucky? She says that she is found up on the 3rd floor, normally in a room in the flat 3D.
3D. Right.
But is normally in her studio on the roof.
Okay. Well, thank you, man. As I said, if she is scared of the mob, and if there are rumours going out, but you say she's a good girl, then I put it on my own honour that we shall protect her as best we can. So,
And while you're talking to her, you hear all the other doors open above and below you as well.
okay, and beside us,
And beside you.
yep, with heads poking out.
People holding house equipment like weapons.
Yep.
Like brooms, baling, rolling pins.
So I'm in the corner. I hear this from around the corner kind of thing? Can I do a sneakily check and see what I see?
Sure.
I'm on by 11. Well, stealth check? Stealth check, is it? Or perception or what?
Perception.
Perception, that's 24.
24. Okay. You can see a bunch of people coming out of the floor on the first level with what look to be makeshift weapons.
Are they going upstairs?
Towards you, yes.
Toward me?
Because you're on the stairwell up.
Oh, no, I'm at the front.
They're at level 1. Jeremy's on level 2. You said you stopped at the stairs at between levels 1 and 2.
No, I'm at the stairs at the other end. We came up originally.
So you didn't actually walk the whole length?
No.
Okay. In which case, then they're between you and everyone else. You're back at the barber's shop.
Yeah, because I was just I was looking for anyone coming through the barber shop. So.
Oh, these aren't coming through the barber shop.
Okay, but I'm just sitting there going. I go, if I had a communicator right now. Oh. But I'm just looking to see if I see anyone matching our description come out of the places. So, somewhere. So, in case she tries to sneakily go out the other front way.
So you do see what looks to be the 2 kids from the portrait.
I'm just going to hide in that corner just to...
Okay, so David, so what you've missed out on is Jeremy spoke to one of the people on the 2nd floor, found out that Trinia is normally on the 3rd floor, but has a studio on the roof. And while talking to the woman, all the neighbours started coming out of their rooms with makeshift weapons, filling the corridor with people.
Oh. Are they, obviously, yep, do they appear hostile towards us?
They are currently looking at you with suspicion.
Yep, and obviously I can certainly understand them carrying makeshift weapons at this present time, considering they've just been dealing with the mob. But whether or not it looks like they're about to hit us would be a different question. But so, the corridor will then turn to the down the corridor effectively, because obviously we're going to go through that corridor in order to get further up the stairs, and basically give the same information and story that was given to the lady about the fact that yes, my name is Cordar, I'm representing the Corvosan Guard, and we are here to help control the mob that appeared outside, and
can I just say something? I'm just going to sort of absent myself.
Yep.
And prepare to change into an animal.
Okay.
Yep. Bellas interrupts Cordar, if that's okay, Jeremy.
Yeah, go for it. Like I say, Cordar's looking a bit tight and blank, but yep.
Friends, look, we do not come to hurt any of you. We do not come to cause drama or fuss. We have just come to admire the artwork of a great artist and potentially see if she could do my portrait again.
You hear one of them at the back say, "Is that a silver tongue there, is it?"
It is.
You know, you own these tenements. You've never fixed them up. You don't repair anything.
Whoa. Hang on.
When's the last time you actually visited and fixed something up here?
Wait. No, you are talking about my father. My idiot jerk of a father who cares for nothing or anybody else except for himself. You have received as much from my father as I have.
None of us have ever had a painting paid for by him.
Yeah, but he didn't pay for it. I paid for it. And believe me, I didn't pay for it in gold.
Yeah, well, okay, but this does actually, okay, Alice,
Cordar.
we are here to protect Trinia.
Cordar, perhaps in walking around an area that could be potentially full of people who maybe want to avoid the law, perhaps don't claim to be a part of the law.
That would be lying.
Yes. It would be if you were doing anything other than withholding information, but as somebody who enforces the law, perhaps you can just go along with this and shut your smart mouth.
So,
And
guys,
anyway,
down the hallway, you hear someone yell out, let the pretty elf pass, but the hellbeast has to stay behind.
David, just for your awareness,
yeah.
what did happen, the interaction that occurred while you were offline was Corda had actually told the lady at the front door the fact that, yes, we're representing the guard, and that he initially was circumspect about Trinia, but when she mentioned that Trinia was potentially around and that side of the mob was around, Corda gave her his oath that he was here to help protect her and save her from the mob. So that just so aware of the fact that at least one person in the lady's already heard about it, and that's when doors started opening. So,
I should still be super uncomfortable claiming to be a member of law enforcement in this one.
absolutely. And Corda was just taking advantage of quite the moment while Ballath was obviously admiring what his father's tenement facilities.
I hope you guys notice that Sparky's nowhere near you guys right now.
And apparently there's only two of you in the hallway as the druid's now turned into... What's the druid turned into?
I haven't physically changed, but I'm getting ready to.
Okay, so the druid's hiding in a corner.
Yeah.
And I'm not
yes,
knowing to be seen.
So apologies there, Martin.
All good.
Basically, after Ballath and Corda had a bit of a discussion as to exactly what our purpose here was,
Yep.
the residents on this
There
floor,
to continue to live.
the residents on this floor said that Ballath was happy to go forward, but I was to stay put. Was that what you said?
No, they said the pretty elf could go forward, but the hellbeast has to stay put.
Are they talking about his pets or him?
Oh, so you've got the hellhound with you at the moment.
So the Silver Tongues have a reputation for dealing with the denizens of hell.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm on the other floor.
But I am no beast, so I shall continue on. And surely you've confused me with an elf, being as though I am so devilishly handsome. Get it?
Like we said, devil tongue, silver tongue, they say. You should go tell your dad to come fix something.
Why do I feel this is a
Perhaps
fireball?
you should petition my father yourself. Nothing would stop you.
Well, he killed the last one who did.
Can't kill all of you.
Yeah. Perhaps you can continue this discussion with your family's tenants, Ballath, and I will go forward and see if we protect Trinia from the mob. That you've done such a wonderful job of dispersing and therefore providing us some time. Thank you very much.
And down below, the Sparky is there as the front door's being kicked in beside you. And you see two Hell Knights standing there with weapons ready.
Can I hide in the shadows?
Sure.
You mean continue hiding in the shadows?
I haven't rolled stealth yet, so. Oh, that's good. I'm stealth. A 30 total.
Okay.
I want to hide. I don't want hide in the shadows and. Oh shit.
Okay, so the two Hell Knights walk right past you. Don't seem to notice you. They don't seem to notice you.
Oh, don't see him. They notice me. They don't think I'm important. That's what I know. It's a flashy light here, by the way, guys. So.
Mm-hmm.
And
They got to see it.
And I'm sitting there going, yeah, that's cool. I thought I rolled pretty good, actually. But
Well, you're confident you're hidden well.
Okay. I'm going. I'm thinking. If only we could get a message to Belath right now. Oh well.
But yeah, so are they willing to allow Cordar to move forward through?
They are willing to allow Cordar to move forward through.
Okay. Is Barak, he's staying in the corner at the present time, or is he trying to move forward as well?
I'm happy to sort of stay at the back and not make myself known if possible.
Okay, so you're basically, assuming Balath is potentially not trying to push past, or maybe he is, I don't know, but so basically you're staying near the top of the stairs, effectively.
Yes.
Yep. And what are you doing, Balath?
Balance is going to hold position while he waits to encounter some very friendly people that he's sure will be quite friendly and amenable to his cause.
So what, you're negotiating with your family tenants?
No, but either way, he's been asked not to move, so he's not going. He's been asked not to pass.
Yep.
Does the Hellknights go on the first door and knock it? Or?
They just walk right past it and go to the stairs.
Oh, so they go. Oh, they know where to go then. Sounds like it. Okay.
Well, there was no housing on the lower ground. It was just stairs going up.
I know, but when they go up the stairs,
you were hidden in the shop of the
yeah.
barber, which is.
As soon as I see him go out of sight, I want to slowly follow up just so I can see if they're going to knock any doors on the way next to me.
Okay.
I just want to. I don't know if they're going to go knock door by door or. Yeah.
Okay. As you step out, what's your armor class?
Oh, it's been a while since somebody asked me that.
Not enough.
20.
Okay, so as you step into the corridor looking up where the Hell Knights come, you get hit by an arrow in the back of the leg.
From outside the shop? Or?
Outside the front door.
You.
So the other way.
I look around.
There are two more Hell Knights out there, one with a bow ready and one with a...
I'll put my hands up. And
Do I hear this, Martin?
You probably hear a scream.
I wouldn't scream.
Oh, okay, so then you don't hear anything.
I'm not going to scream. I'm not stupid. Put my hands up, go, and I'll just say, because they're still up at another level for me anyway. So,
Yeah, they're 2 levels up at the moment.
Not being harm. I'm just. Would you like me to walk in your
They
direction?
just shoot for you to get down on the ground.
Okay. I'll just. I do what they say and they go, shit. Oh well, nice knowing the rest of the team.
Okay.
So,
One of them stands over you and says, "Have you looted anything today?"
no. We just came. There's a mob here.
You hear a ringing sound coming from his shield. That was a lie.
I hand over the 2 things from the bar. The barber had these things.
You guys committed an infraction, brother. What's the sentence? Well, there's only one sentence, brother.
And to think, Corda already gave you your reasoning, but obviously you had different thoughts in mind.
And then a bunch of guardsmen show up. Hey, what's going on? And then we'll move up to the next bit. Okay, so...
Okay. Really?
Yeah, Hell Knights only have one rule for a crime.
I know this from the certain computer game here. What are we this time?
Okay, so, Jeremy, you move up onto the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
They passed word that you can get through, but there are a lot of people out in the hallway there as well.
Okay. The old lady said 3D, didn't she?
3D.
3D.
Yep.
Can I see, does Penny appear to be out there, or do the people appear to be blocking specifically 3D at all, or they're just monitoring the hallway at the present
They
time?
seem to be monitoring the hallway.
I will aim to move forward cautiously, not cautiously, but slowly, unaggressively. again, explaining the fact that yes, we are here to take Trina to safety, to ensure that the mob does not deal with her.
Okay. So that they let you pass through, you manage to reach her door and open it. None of the doors here have locks.
Okay.
Okay, as you do that.
I'll basically be knocking as I open it and announcing my entry.
As you do that, on the level below, Martin and David are confronted by two Hell Knights coming up the stairs with weapons drawn. One with a short sword and a katana, and another with a glaive.
Ah, hello there.
I'm happy to transform.
Okay. Transform and roll out.
Yeah.
What do you transform into?
A canine.
Puppy!
You mean the hell beast?
Well, just happens to be a canine. I don't know how realistic it is.
It's as realistic as you'd like it to be, because you get to describe it.
Alright, well, it's a short, compact mastiff that's going to jump on someone.
No, wait, little canine friend.
Well, have we?
I'm in the waiting mood.
But also, have we actually seen Barak transform yet?
Not yet. That's the first.
Because so Barak might just think it was one of the local dogs.
Okay, so yes.
Unless you saw it happen.
As they come up in Chalix, they say, stand to the side or die, as they come up the stairs.
Wait, what are you trying to get to?
They're saying that to everyone as they come closer.
I mean, sure, but I'm going to follow you. Where are you going? What's going on? Tell me.
We are here on behest of the Queen to capture a lawbreaker.
What are you trying to get? Who are you trying to get?
One of them uses its sword to pin you to the wall.
Oh, come on. I'm a Hell Knight initiate. At least share with me what's going on.
I did. That's why I didn't kill you.
I'm asking you who you're after. That's it. That's all.
You can ask back at headquarters.
I have associates in there right now.
Says Mr. Silvertongue. You can ask the others later. We are doing our job.
Yes, okay. All right, I'm going to follow you though.
If you wish.
Okay, I do so with.
And then they start heading up the stairs. Jeremy, as you open up into the room, you find a one-room flat, which is a bedroom, a kitchen, and a small studio in one, with no real space for anything else. A stack of cheese and bread sits in one on the counter next to several full water skins, while an easel in the opposite corner holds a half-completed painting of an imp and a house drake fighting atop of a church steeple. A single window looks out over the tangled rooftops of the city, and under it just is a low bed which you can see a woman sleeping on.
Okay, as I'm opening the door entering, do I hear the interaction below with Belath and the Hell Knights?
Definitely. Belath is not quiet.
Okay. Well, so I'm still entering, and so I'm knocking and effectively announcing myself, but I will announce myself more quietly. Not so much to worry about her sleeping, but because I don't want the Hell Knights downstairs to actually hear. I will close the door behind me and move forward towards her on the bed, and quietly, saying, yes, we're here to help. We can get you out of here so that you are not seen by the mob and or by the Hell Knights that apparently have just arrived.
As you finish the sentence and reach the bed, she vanishes.
I will
Give
be
me a
aiming
perception
to-
roll.
Sorry?
Give me a perception roll.
As I say, I'll be able to look around to see if I can find where she might be. But 17 plus 24 total.
Okay, you notice that the window is open. You can hear sounds of tiles falling above you. Sliding and falling off the shingles above.
Okay, I will poke my head out and the window and again see if I can see evidence of someone trying to escape up the ceiling or something. But if I can't, I will immediately try and go out and follow her up. Or across, or whichever way it was going. But yes, again, aiming to call out and say, wait! We're here to help. We can help you escape.
Okay, so you see someone that looks like that flipping up onto the roof of the tenement quite agilely.
Yes, I've got that.
Looking down onto the road below.
And you're seeing bits of tile slide off where she's moving.
Okay. Does the window look down the road below, or does it look into an alley or anything, or a back road or anything?
Looks into an alley. You can see. So she's basically on the rooftops above the 5th level.
Yep. But can I see anyone down in the space below that might have spotted her climbing out and or me climbing out?
No one seems to be looking up.
Okay.
But when things drop, people basically duck into doorways and try not to look up and get something in the face.
Yep. Does she appear to hear me and respond to the fact that I'm aiming to be here to help? Or is she continuing to move?
She seems to be continuing to move. She may not have heard you clearly because you were trying not to draw attention.
Okay, I'm certainly not being obvious about it. Happy with that. I will... yeah.
You do see her leap from one rooftop to another.
Okay, I will be climbing out there and seeing if I can follow her along the rooftop.
Okay.
But as I say, aiming to, still call out, but not so loudly that it'll be obvious at the bottom. But hey, wait!
So acrobatics or athletics check?
Well, I get the same bonus for both of them, but since I'm technically expert in acrobatics, I'll go for that, as opposed to trained in athletics.
That's fair.
18.
Okay, you do a fancy flip and manage to just grab the edge of the roof and get up on top.
Okay.
You think it was a close call. Any lower and you might have slipped down to the bottom, down to the ground below.
And that would have been so much fun.
And as you land on the rooftop itself, sending tiles sliding down below, you hear the door below you burst open, and someone in Chaliak's yelling out Trina's name.
Okay. So I also got a total of 17 on stealth, so I'm only doing it a bit more quietly as going up. But the I will pause for a moment to ensure that I'm not going to be knocking any shingles down or things like that in front, like down in front of the window that's just open. So, based on the length of time it took them, they came straight to this door. They didn't go. They weren't opening all doors on the way.
You think they came straight for this door?
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, basically, having paused for a moment to gain my balance and ensure that things weren't falling, I will then set off after Trinia.
Okay. So, while that's happening, what is Belath and our little dog doing too?
Bella's just following the douche knives.
Well, I'm fighting them.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
23.
Okay, there's this clanging noise as you munch on their full plate armor.
Okay.
Don't break your teeth.
And they didn't even seem to notice.
Right.
Because obviously I didn't slow down enough.
Okay. And
So
down,
that was my turn, because I turned into that.
and down to Sparky. So yes, you've got 2 Hell Knights above you pronouncing justice, and conversing guards showing up.
These are the guards that told us to come here.
Other guards.
But they're part of Kukidian's guard, is that right?
No, they appear to be part of the Queen's Guard.
Okay, so they're
With my hands behind my back, like, you know, you're doing the whole kind of thing, going, look, we just thought, I thought there might be some keys on the barber that might help us get up, get inside. I said, I didn't realise, sorry if that was taken the wrong way, and I didn't mean any ill intent, intent by this. Yeah, I can shut up if you want me to.
Okay. Give me a charm roll.
Charm roll.
See how charming you are to these people so that they choose to not have you killed off.
Charmed?
We'll make that
or deception.
we'll make deception, yes.
Deception or deception performance? No.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy is +5.
Possibly even technically society might also be feasible.
No, I'm going with diplomacy
Diplomacy it is then.
because that's the highest one I got here. Okay, I'm just going to check a bit. Nothing. Just bear with me a second. I want to make sure I use every phrase I can find. Okay, 4 3 questions. Pathfinder agent doesn't give me anything. I'm going slow.
I should get you a dice tray.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get a extra +2 on that because I've got Oathbreaker. I'm trying to tell the truth.
There you go. Dice tray so the table lasts.
Sorry about that. Any rerolls tonight?
Well, I
The
did.
way you're rolling, you burn through the way too quickly.
You want to use one, do you? You rolled a 1, did you?
Oh, I only got a total of 11, so I think I need more than that.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel that I need. Oh, took it a bit better. 15?
15. Okay, sir. The guardsmen who've shown up said, we'll take her to the Queen.
Oh, joyful.
We'll let the Queen decide. The Hell Knights go, well, funeral then, funeral now, doesn't mean much to us, and then they walk past, leaving you there on the ground.
So the guards pick me up and take me to the Queen.
They basically grab you by the arms and start dragging you to the.
I knew this party was wrong.
They are female guardsmen.
I know, I'm just
Okay, so
Offer them one of your half-price tickets. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
yeah, last time I take the rear, I'm going at the front next time.
So, Jeremy, as you're going across the rooftops, you see Sparky being dragged off by 2 guardsmen.
Can I do a perception? I'll see if I see him.
Sure.
Do I recognise the guardsmen's uniforms? Or are they ones that are apparently new?
What'd you get?
16.
No, because he stealthed it while he was doing it.
No, that's cool. That's fine.
So you're looking at the guardsman. You recognise him from being the Queen's personal guard.
Right, okay. She's not one I can do much for right now, whereas Trina is the greatest, has the greater issue right now, because how much trouble can Sparky possibly have got herself into in the last 2 minutes since I was there?
Well,
Compared to knowing that Trina is about to be executed on the spot, either by mob or
I'm thinking about new
Hell
cards.
Knights or Queenstone.
I'm thinking about a new character class recruit, by the way.
Okay, so Jeremy, you're running.
You've got other party members that are nearby that'll help you out, I'm sure.
Yeah, this party did. Nah.
Yeah, you're running across the rooftops. Part of the roof starts to slide. Choice of acrobatics or climbing to keep going.
I think athletics type stuff on the front.
Because they have different DCs, but I'm not telling you which is higher.
Okay. We'll go with acrobatics because, hey,
Okay.
again, the plus is the same, and I'll take the expert side of it. That's not so flash. What am I saying? Total of 15.
15. Luckily, you didn't take athletics for that one, because athletics would have taken you off the roof. You managed to slide with the roof and leap onto the next building and follow Trinia.
Oh, cool. Do I have any idea how far in front she is at the moment?
She's probably about a full rooftop in front.
Okay.
And behind you, Bella, the Hell Knights look around the room and then look at you and saying, "Where is she?"
Where's who?
Trinia, sub-orb.
I don't know. I was literally on my way to go and see her myself. My friends were going to go find her as well, but you showed up, so I decided to come and greet you, and now they're gone.
They look around, start pulling the room apart.
Oh, come on, don't destroy the room. Like, at least be civil about it.
They are quite thorough in their rampage through the room trying to find things, and then one of them points and saying, "Look, I think she's up on the shingles."
I very much doubt it.
As you see one of them slide out onto the railing and start climbing up onto the roof.
In full play.
That's not going as well for you.
This is where their full play will be a bonus for us.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself and going, yeah, full play. Yeah, not really what I think of a climbing outside of a kind of. Yeah.
It's not what you think, but these guys are competent.
I know.
Looks like they're well trained in wearing their full plate.
Being dicks.
Wait, hang on. Wait, don't look.
You can hear him punching holes in the wall as he climbs up.
What the hell is wrong with you? Jeez. Okay, first of all, be smart, use brain. My friends are gone, she's gone, and they didn't even know you were coming. So obviously, something has happened to cause them to be somewhere else. They weren't even supposed to be running away. We were just coming to have a chat with her.
Well, the remaining one turns to you and says, "Well, she has been ordered to be executed by the Queen for crimes against the Crown.
Why the bloody hell would you want to execute her? She's such a brilliant artist.
She has committed a crime of killing the king."
Oh, she's killed the king as well, has she? Everybody's killed the king, apparently. What, so you're just going to randomly walk up to her and kill her just because the Queen says to kill her?
We're going to ask her first.
Oh, yeah, and what would you do if she said she didn't kill him?
Then we would question the person who accused her.
You know, I can't argue with that, actually. Anyway, using proper brain power, my friends are missing, she's missing, so logic would dictate that perhaps wherever my friends are, she might be too.
One of them looks at you and says, "Our reports didn't say you had friends."
Thanks. And I imagine you're just completely flourished and overwhelmed. Your cup overflows with friends and acquaintances, does it?
I have brothers, not friends.
Yeah, but that Bracken likes me because I feed it.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Oh well, Bracken's gotta eat.
They do. And the more sinful the food, the better.
Of course, isn't that a different order of Hell Knights?
It is.
In a different city on the other side of the continent.
But they do
You
talk,
can shut your hole.
which is why they are acting differently than the other one.
Now look, wherever my friends are, there's a good chance she is as well. I'm not going to promise that she'll be with them, but
You will.
it would make sense that she might be there, right?
Do you promise to bring her to us when you meet up with her?
I do no such thing because I don't know if I will find her.
If
I don't
you
know
were-
if I can catch her.
He grabs you by the front of the shirt and says, if you were to be in her presence, you will bring her to us.
You're assuming that I can even catch her. I will do my best to bring her to you or bring you to her.
He looks at you and says, well, we'd like to see this best then. And he lets you go, and another two Hell Knights come up. One of them says, well, I shot a dwarf on the way in.
Wait, what did the dwarf look like?
He describes Sparky.
Can I say something?
Yep.
I specifically said I was off scene. I was absent from the scene
Yep.
when I changed into a canine.
Yep. No one saw you do it.
And you're not the dwarf that got shot.
Okay, good. Carry on.
And
He's talking about Sparky, the Mark character.
You're talking about Spark. Is she okay?
well, she was going to be executed, but then the Queen's Guard dragged her off to the Queen to execute her. So,
Right.
yes, I'm sure she's fine for the next 10 minutes or so.
Why are you going to execute her?
She lied.
Oh,
Yeah, we asked if she'd done any looting because we were told there were looters here. She said no, which she obviously had looted, so she triggered our truth alarm and basically then admitted to stealing.
so you didn't think to maybe clarify exactly what it was she was lying about?
Well, she admitted to stealing, which was a crime, and as you know, all crimes have one punishment.
Yeah, so you'd say, tell me what order of Hell Knight are you?
Oh, which one of these ones? Because there are two here.
The Order of the Dicks.
No, that's a general encompassing order for the whole Hell Knights.
Sounds like Ballast sort of place.
Do I really have to owe Bella up now about this? I'm just what I'm worried about. I'm
Well, I gotta say, I'm thinking that Corda certainly owes Bella, having said, oh yeah, the rest of my friends are harbouring her as a criminal, harbouring the criminal.
Okay, so you've got two from the Order of the Nail, and two from the Order of the Coil.
Okay, that makes sense. Right, so you wouldn't think that maybe there was some nuance between what she was saying and that perhaps that particular dwarf isn't very smart and doesn't explain things properly. Wouldn't think that there might be a tad bit of nuance there?
I'm sorry, we're not politicians.
No, but instead you would kill someone for a misinterpretation of their words.
Well, we asked if they had stolen, looted, and they had said no. They lied. Lying to a Hell Knight is more of a crime than looting.
Yeah, okay, so I'll stop you right there. What was your exact question?
Have you participated in looting today?
Right, in looting where, sorry?
Today.
That was your exact question. That was exactly what you asked her.
Yes.
Okay, so
You had looked for valuables on the Bible, or Rumble. If you had answered yes, they would have just let you go.
Okay.
there's something to consider. Perhaps there might have been some nuance into what exactly she was looting, who exactly she was looting from, and why potentially there was somebody to loot. Perhaps there was a reason that a person might have been dead or injured. Perhaps she might have been investigating something and looted a potentially unconscious person that she was investigating. There are many, many different options, and the fact that she said no, she hadn't looted anything, perhaps there was some slight definition or nuance and misinterpretation there. There's so much more, and I can tell you right now that out of that entire party, of which she is a very close friend, and I will gladly admit that, you must understand
Hang on, where was I going with this?
What I'm impressed so far is the fact that Garth is doing this in Trina's room, obviously stopping 3 of the guards following them afterwards. So it's good distraction. I like it.
You shut the fuck up. I'm literally doing this on purpose.
I like it.
Might I suggest that perhaps out of that entire party, I am the most corrupt one out of all of them, and that particular person that you put an arrow into is one of the most pure souls that you will ever meet in an adventuring party. She is innocent, and she is silly, and if she has looted something, then she has done it for a damned good reason. And let me tell you right now, you are incredibly intimidating, and she might have been very, very, very afraid. And she doesn't come from an area where to tell the smallest of lies so as to protect oneself from potentially immediate murder, it is not a death sentence.
Okay, so you start off a debate amongst the 3 Hell Knights about the validity of what you're saying, as they start to talk about nuance and stuff.
Yes.
And as I say, of course, the thing is that if Sparky had believed what Cordar was willing to believe of her, then she could have quietly said no, she wasn't looting, and she never was, because she was merely collecting the belongings to return them to the family.
And Jeremy?
Yep.
We both know that that's not what...
What?
I would expect to have a
annoying
thing on there.
must destroy the party at every turn.
Okay, so Jeremy, as you go running across the rooftops, you disturb a nest of sturges. How would you like to get past them? Intimidation or perception?
Sorry?
Intimidation or perception to get past the nest of sturges.
I will definitely be aiming to spot them enough time to dodge aside, and therefore I'm not there. So.
Give me a perception roll. You did pick the harder of the 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, if the variation is less than 4, then I'll bet off anyway. 12, total of 19.
19. Okay, so you notice the nest of sturges just as you happen to drop right into them.
Marvellous.
Okay, let's see how they... One of them attempts to hit you as you go flying through. You see Trinia manage to get through them without disturbing them.
Yep. She probably knew that there.
Pretty much led her pursuer through the nest.
Yep. And now that we've actually got at least a few rooftops away from the house, I'm actually calling out more loudly to say, "No, wait! Here, help!"
Okay. So as you manage to get past the sturges, you land on a rooftop that starts to crumble underneath you. Athletics or acrobatics?
Again, I'll be aiming to leap aside quickly enough before it collapses, so that'll be acrobatics.
Okay.
For a total of 13.
For a total of 13. Okay, you go to leap, and as you put all your might into the leap, you notice that there's nothing underneath you.
Marvelous.
As the roof starts to crumble in behind you. Give me a reflex saving throw.
Okay. I was about to say, I'll do the
Grab an edge.
Indiana Jones, because I've got the whip out ready to try and use it to catch it from the distance, but reflex save is not too bad. 12 and... where am I? Reflex 9, 21.
21. Okay, as you start falling, you feel something wrap itself around your arm and you grab on.
Something wrap around my arm and grab onto me.
And you grab onto it. And it stops you falling into the building below.
I will aim to pull myself up without pulling whatever it is down, and looking up, thinking, looking at what's holding my arm, and looking up to see if I can see what's at the end of the thing holding my arm. Hopefully, it's a hand leading up to an arm, as opposed to a tentacle.
Well, it is a pair of arms with a pretty blonde at the end of the arms.
Ah!
Why does Pinnacle miss out? Oh, well, what does Sparky miss out on this stuff?
I will aim to, like I say, thank her and try and pull myself up before we both tumble down. So I expect that I'm a bit heavier than she is.
Well, she has the rope wrapped around one of the support beams, so she's not using her weight to pull you up.
Okay. So,
Okay. So it takes you a little while to pull up after that tumble.
Yep.
And we're switching over to Sparky. So you're being dragged through the streets backwards.
Look, all I was there, the mob went away from the building, we went inside, I checked the barber over, I thought there might be some information about a person we're trying to look through in there, and all of a sudden, Hell Knight's coming in, get shot in the arm, I misinterpreted what the Hell Knight said, and now we drag... Surely this is a misunderstanding. I'm trying to say this the whole way and getting dragged along. Can I just walk? I don't need to be dragged, you know?
Okay, and you find yourself tossed onto the cobblestones. As you look up, there's a halfling tapping her feet in front of you.
Is this who I just told David it probably is?
Probably.
Hi?
Hi, apparently you're a new recruit.
A new recruit?
Yes.
we want you as a new recruit.
The Queen is looking for able-bodied guardsmen. And apparently you seem to have annoyed the Hell Knights, so it might be a good change of scenery for you.
I still got that medallion I got from the city. I said, I'm going to be honest, the whole thing. He said, hey, I was just on a... And I'd show the medallion, I say...
Well, that's okay. They won't be around that much longer.
Look, now, my knowledge of this, do they like the Pathfinder Society here at all?
No. Most of the people find the Pathfinder Society as thieves and interlopers who interfere in politics.
Okay, I'll just say, because I'm hoping Bella has a good name here, okay? So, I'm hoping right now. Now, look, I've come to the city with my friend Bellath.
Oh, we heard about him. He used to travel with Pinwinkle.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Pinwinkle's my brother, you know.
Oh. I came in after Pinwinkle left the group.
Well, maybe it's time for you to step up onto the winning side.
I think it's all a misunderstanding. I said,
I know it is. You really should have started with us and not with them because, well, you know, Temple of Lust, access to the Queen, favourable guard duties, better pay. Pick of the studs.
No, that doesn't interest me much at all. See, I'm friends with Bellath and Cordar and...
Well, we can fix that.
No, I really like them. While I appreciate it, I feel there's a big misunderstanding here. I said, can we just...
Well, I can return you to the Hell Knights if you prefer.
That's a definite misunderstanding there.
Not my misunderstanding.
Look, I'll just say, look, we're here to look for this. I talk about what we're trying to do. We're just trying to find out what's going on with this whole situation. We'll ask to look into this. I have a feeling you guys are looking into it as well. Is that correct?
Of course, the Grey Maidens are looking into it.
Okay.
The Queen's personal guard. I'm sure you'd love to join them.
Look, I'm currently with the Pathfinder Society.
I'm sure they won't mind. There'll be no conflict of interest whatsoever as you tell us everything about them.
Oh, I think I feel I'm in a situation where you want to know more about me, but I don't want to tell you anymore. Is that kind of what we've got here, kind of thing that's going?
Oh, that's easily fixed. We have truth potions after all.
You know I'm friends with Nexa as well, don't you?
Oh, I'm sure Nex is going to forget all about it any time now.
She hasn't forgot about your brother. I just put it out there. I said,
she laughs.
Every time your brother's name is mentioned, that's not a look that I see of somebody that's forgiven your brother.
In that case, then you could probably use the armor you get with service. Yeah, armor training.
Is there surely
Not killed by
surely
Hell
there's
Knights.
no little fine I could pay just to make this all go away, kind of thing?
Yep, that's called 1 year service.
Yeah.
It's a little fine.
No, I don't.
Major fine is 5 year service, and a really bad fine is a lifetime.
Surely we can. There's some.
But maybe if you have good behaviour, we can reduce that based on how well you perform.
Surely a little dwarf like me is no need for you. You don't need me in any sort of way. I'm just a little dwarf that really doesn't, Yeah. You don't need to. Yeah. You can just,
She puts her foot on you and says, you do know that this is a choice of living and working for the Queen or returning to the Hell Knights. Which would you prefer?
Not me.
There's no middle ground here.
Surely we come to some sort of other arrangement.
That is the other arrangement.
No, look, I think I've...
Pimwickle has had an eye on you. I mentioned you to us.
Really?
Says you're more suited to us than to him. Apparently you had something called morals.
I heard Pimwickle had those at one stage too.
Yeah, he seems to have given those up for the moment. So it's more profitable that way.
Surely we can't come... Look, my party can explain all this thing out. I feel that this has gone into...
Well, this is between us and you. If your party's involved, then we're not here on the Hell Knight side. So, would you prefer to be dealing with us or dealing with the Hell Knights in your party?
This is...
It's not funny.
I might see if Mark can help you while we go to one of the others.
Please
Is
go.
that okay?
Yep. Okay, so while our Sparky is having a crisis of faith,
No good options there.
Jeremy, you are there with Trinia.
Okay.
Press the button down on the world is red light.
She says, so you don't seem to be one of the guardsmen, but you wear the badge of the Corvosan Guard.
have fun with it.
And
I was sent personally by Cressida Croft, the commander of the city of the Corvosan Guard, who is inclined to believe that you cannot possibly be guilty of the crime of which you've been committed.
Okay.
And she would like to take the opportunity to speak with you rather than allowing you to see mob justice or that of the Hell Knights that were arriving just as we left. I certainly understand your concerns, but I do feel that, I say, on my honour, I will ensure that you can safely get away from here, and we'll work out exactly what your best options are going forward.
she says if she is seen anywhere in the streets, she will most likely be taken to Castle Corvosa and executed by the Queen. She had nothing to do with any poisoning. She doesn't even believe in poisoning. It's such a distasteful pastime, she says.
So, well, I can get you safely through the streets. I'm not certain that we want to go straight to Cressida at this point, but I can return you to our my house that is near Cressida's location, with the opportunity to then try and catch up with my friends so we can determine the best way forward.
Can you help her get out of the city? Because she
More
doesn't
than
think
likely.
she doesn't think there's any chance of a fair or safe trial. She doesn't even believe she would live long enough to go to trial.
So the first step will be to actually get you off the roofs and off the streets to a place of security, and then we can work out the best way to get you out of the city from there.
You do know that the guardsmen are watching your place, thanks to your association with Lord Bimwinkle.
It really is tight.
So,
Much of
so I was thinking the fact that I couldn't remember what I heard Bella say that, oh yes, my companions have gone after her and things like that. But the Corda will open up his pouch into the 10-foot deep hole and explain to her that I'll be able to carry you in this for short distances. I'm not going to be comfortable, and it will be something that I'll have to open up regularly to ensure that the air remains breathable.
Required.
Sorry?
There's a lot of trust required.
Absolutely.
She bursts into tears.
You can
'cause
imagine that you will definitely not be obviously visible as we go through the streets.
But she says no one ever looks up anywhere. It's a town where you could walk along the rooftops and no one will ever notice. Because
Well,
only the poor use the and the skillful use the roof.
I did hear at least one of the Hell Knights had apparently noted the escape up into the roof when we left.
You hear a crunching sound nearby as one of the roof gives in, and someone going crying out in pain as you hear it go through a couple of floors.
So,
There's well, Hell Knights don't work so well up here. They're too heavy.
but they can still look. So, I say, if you are confident that we can move stealthily enough up the rooftops, then I'm more than happy to stay with you up here. But I do feel that if we have to get down,
Okay.
this opportunity to carry you in a manner that would be not obvious or visible to anyone watching
Give me a diplomacy check as you try to convince her.
will make things easier.
That good, huh?
5.
Okay.
So 5 was the roll. 8.
8.
Or 10 if it comes a +2 for commotion card. Or 6 if it's -2.
I think it's a -2 in this case because she's not. She's basically one of the poor who looks at the guard as people who harass her. She looks at you and goes, you know, it'd probably be easier if we both travel along the roof.
Happy to go that way, indeed.
That way, if you fall into the roof again, I can help.
Well, hopefully we don't have to move quite so quickly this time, so... because I suspect that stealth will be more valuable than speed.
Okay. So she starts going along the rooftops with her. Okay, so Beleth and Barak, the two bees. So you're there. It takes about 10 minutes of arguing between the Hell Knights before they decide you've got a point, and they leave.
Okay.
You're not sure if it's a good point or a bad point, but they agree that a point has been scored on your side.
Well, certainly after a minute, my animal form disappears, so I'd like to make myself scarce.
All good.
So the bulldog is not in the room and it becomes not a bulldog.
That's right.
And then they walk past you a couple of minutes later, heading down.
Yep.
Okay, back over to Sparky. What does Sparky choose to do?
Death Knights.
You choose the Death Knights over the Queen's Guard. You don't want to be an insider with the Queen's Guard.
I don't want to be anything associated with Pimlico, even his sister. That's me internally thinking here. Nexter has told me so many bad stories about Pimlico. That have the guys told me about Pimlicle's sister at all?
I'm not sure if they've told you all of it, but the thing is, you have been told that judgment with the Hell Knights is very much a death sentence.
I know, but I'm hoping to have Bellath to represent me.
There is no representation.
I think the other way is it's going to prolong my death. So,
Isn't that what's living called?
no, I don't feel I've done wrong here. I'm really. I don't want to get tricked into a situation where I don't want to be. So.
Okay. She tells them to take him back to the Hell Knights. And so then you're dragged back towards the
Can I just walk there, please?
They go, nope, you don't deserve to walk.
We'll remember this later. It's okay. Anyhow.
One of them pokes the arrow in you. Okay, so Beleth, as you come out of the tenement, you can see two of the Queen's Guard dragging Sparky towards you. What does Beleth want to do?
He says, save Sparky. This person shouldn't be taken.
Sorry, I was just outside for a sec.
All good. So you're a bit quiet there?
Yeah, sorry, I was just on the other side of the house.
But yes, you've got the opportunity to speak on behalf of Sparky.
So yes, you see Sparky has been dragged towards you by two of the Queen's Guard and thrown back at the Hell Knight's feet, saying the Queen has decided to let the Hell Knights rule in this matter as they walk off.
Ah. Oh, that doesn't put any pressure on me at all. Am I looked upon to give any input?
All three of them turn to you and say, well, you said you were a Hell Knight in training. Show us how this works.
Very well.
Or share her fate.
Well, you would ordinarily just kill her because she lied to you, right?
Yes, we do not like liars.
But you don't accept any form of nuance at all, right?
Why would we accept nuance?
Because nuance leads to a proper interpretation of the truth.
That's what we have
allows
underlings
the
for.
innocent- And allows the innocent to be spared and the guilty to be punished.
If anything requires
Now-
the intervention of a Hell Knight, we want nothing but the truth.
Yes, but at the same time, you weren't expected, and she probably didn't even properly understand the implications of telling you a lie. It's not fair to imply your rules wherever you are, just because they're the rules that you say.
You
Now,
do
your
know
only
no one
problem
expects
with
no one ever expects a Hell Knight to show up.
Yes, just like a certain European Inquisition.
Very much so.
Where Europe is, but yeah.
They're nothing like that European Inquisition.
Is this my first
Yeah.
meeting of Hell Knights?
Pretty much first time you've ever been on the wrong side of a Hell Knight, yes.
No, it's my first meeting of a Hell Knight? Or?
You would have seen them before, but not actually interacting with them.
So Belloc might know this, but I'm not sure. I'll leave it to him. So.
Yeah,
We totally interact with them in Magnemar.
Mark, it's a tier of things. We're getting there.
Yeah, let's go.
So you would say that even though she probably she wouldn't have properly understood the situation or the implications, or even knew exactly who you were, did you identify yourself as a Death Knight? Did you identify the consequences of her actions?
That's not in my role, he said.
No, but it's also not in her role to give up any answers to somebody who could potentially be misrepresenting themselves or even be nefarious in nature. Who's to say that you're truly a Death Knight, and who's to say that she could properly trust you? The fact of the matter is that she was fearing for her life and was telling you whatever she thought that you wanted to hear so that she wouldn't die. Now, if you had have said, I am a Death Knight and these are the repercussions of lying to me, then perhaps she would have been fine. She would have been very, very forthcoming in the absolute and utter truth.
I nod when he says that. Okay.
One of them says to the other, well, in our order, ignorance of the law is not actual innocence. And the other one says, well, you should explain to them first before killing them, not actually killing them because they've broken a law they didn't know about. And that starts a whole other argument between the two orders.
All right, so being as though there is an argument between the two orders, one would like to engage diplomacy.
Yep.
Bella,
Sorry.
So, activate diplomacy.
Yeah, 2 secs. Just bringing up my dice roll. Activate diplomacy.
So while they argue with each other, how is Sparky being held or bound at the moment at all?
One of them has a halberd over the back of her neck.
Yeah, but he obviously got distracted by the conversation, which one's right, so...
He's
I'm
listening,
sure she
but
can
he's
walk around,
watching.
I'll never know.
I'm not moving. I'm just looking at Bella the whole time and going,
Martin.
Yep.
So what Plumman's strategy is to pick off the best arguments that suit the end goal of Sparky being released from both sides, and using that almost in a logic loop to show that she shouldn't be held accountable for actions that may have saved her, the actions that may have saved her life, especially when they haven't identified her, and she shouldn't be subjected to laws without fully understanding them. Especially in something so minor as a very, very minor lie. Using that, he has 23 on diplomacy.
Okay, so the Order of the Coil doesn't agree and reckons that she should be put to death immediately. And Order of the Now goes, well, we could always sign her up for some training and make her learn all our laws, so then she can't actually complain that she didn't know the laws.
Plumman looks at Sparky questioningly.
And they say, which would you prefer?
Plumman looks at Sparky questioningly.
Sparky, I would like to learn the laws that so this never happens again.
Wait. Would there be any requirements of her other than learning the laws and doing the training?
Well, you've been such a great silver tongue today that we would let it go at that, considering you called it a minor infraction. And if she does commit the same infraction down the track, we will then consider you also guilty.
Yeah, no, put her to death. No.
I know.
There's party harmony for coming forward. Good to see.
Wow. Next, you wouldn't have this tonight.
See, look, two officers joined two different groups in one day.
I mean, it's quite understandable that Bella would have no confidence that Sparky would not actually once again commit the infraction.
I didn't expect the truth thing to come out. That's what I was like.
Bella?
I will accept this on the terms that I am only held accountable for her breaking that particular infraction for the time in which we are travelling together.
For 1 year and a day, they say. That's where all bargains normally last for.
Well, it was probably going to be longer than that, but I'll take a year and a day.
They shake your hands and say, now, she's your problem. I'm sure...
Actually, she's your problem until the training's ended.
Well, we will be doing the training later this month or next month when we get enough recruits. And then we will...
Goody, I assume you're going to notify her or myself rather than she just magically having to know when it is.
Oh, we will notify you via your father.
I'd rather not. He does not speak to me or for me.
Oh, we generally send messages via crossbow into his dining room.
Yeah, look, if you can send messages to him all day, every day. However, if you have any reason to communicate with me,
Yep.
or Sparky, it would need to be directly with us, as my father does not represent me.
Oh, so you still have that house owned by Nexa that you stay at?
I believe Nectar has all of his possessions with him, and hasn't lost any property as far as I'm aware.
In which case, then we will send a herald to Nexa's house to let you know when the next one is on.
Again, there is a matter of logistics there, wherein we are adventurers and part of the Pathfinder Society, and we do tend to go away quite a bit.
You're Pathfinders, are you?
No, well, we have known some Pathfinders. not really sure that any of us have been associated with Pathfinders for a very long time.
Okay, well.
Is a halberd still across my neck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In that case, then, he pulls out a brooch. When this brooch glows, you have 10 days to show up, or we will consider both your lives forfeit.
I'm sure there would be some nuances there, say if we were captured or imprisoned by enemy while fighting on behalf of, all that is, I'm not going to say good, but lawful and right.
He says, well, so far you've exhausted all other avenues. This is the only one we have left.
Yes, no, I'm aware, but what if we were acting on behalf of, just say for instance, we all know that you are quite strict in what you do. I'm just saying that if I was potentially captured while acting on behalf of the Death Knights, by a foe, someone, chaotic or someone who was doing some bad things and imprisoned us and you tried to come find us, I assume that our lives would be forfeit in that regard.
Well, as long as you've got a letter of service from the proctor, I will have no problems in waiving your execution at that time.
All right, as long as you can be a little bit reasonable in the terms. Some people are very sticklers for rules and contracts and all that sort of thing.
Well, if you're dealing with the Order of the Coil, they don't really care why you break the rule. They just care that you've broken it.
Yes, that doesn't seem very fair, does it?
Not
What if I was
particularly.
acting on behalf of the Order of the Coil?
They would probably enjoy executing you for breaking a rule while working for them.
Oh, well, I guess Order of the Coil is off my list of people I'd like to join then.
Whereas the Order of the Nail is a little more enlightened, having been in Corvosa for quite a few centuries now.
Indeed.
We were the only Hell Knight Order here for a while.
Very well, as long as you understand that there might be slight nuances based on our activities, then I agree. Sparky, do you agree?
I look at the Death Knight with the halberd across my neck going, and I nod.
He sticks his hand out towards Sparky.
Okay, and I nod with that, trying not to make sure my neck's not getting cut at the same time.
Okay, as he shakes your hand, he sticks a talisman on the back of your hand, which burns into your hand.
Another one.
Says, when that glows, come for training.
Yes, sir.
And then they walk off.
Becky?
Did you have another question? Or
No, Bellap is calling Sparky.
Yes, Bella.
I'm going to make this very, very clear. If this comes back to bite me, and we just happen to be captured and potentially executed, I want you to know that in between the time that we are potentially apprehended and the time in which you and I are, well, preferably you, but in the time in which either you or we are executed, the pain that you will feel will be nothing that you have ever experienced of your entire existence.
I stand there for about 10 seconds looking at you.
The words you are looking for are thank you.
Duly noted.
okay.
What, not thank you, I'm in your debt?
No, duly noted. By the way, I met Pinwinkle's sister before.
And what does Barak think of all
She's
this?
one evil, scary little bitch, isn't she?
Yeah, she offered me the choice of working for her or getting killed by the Hell Knights. And based on Nex's opinion of Pinwinkle, I thought this was the better of the two.
Well, you should have just volunteered to work for the Hell Knights. That would have been a much better outcome.
Well, the option wasn't to work with them, it was to get executed by them. So I didn't
And
have.
yet here you stand, not executed by the Hell Knights.
Yes, and I do thank you for your efforts there. I'm going to make sure I don't stand at the back ever again. I think you're better at the back than I am.
You know what? What I would suggest is that you don't leave my side at all until you complete this training,
Yep.
or for the next year and 1 day.
Sounds good with me.
If there is one thing you can trust me to teach you is that surviving is an art, and an art that requires a brutal level of enthusiasm. And it's one that I expect that you will adhere to, or at least follow.
And already Sparky's forgotten Cordar's teachings.
Hey, by hook or by crook, you will come my way.
I look around and go, where's Cordar?
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, that pinnacle system really is yeah. Suppose the pinnacle doesn't think I'm good for him, which is intriguing as it is, and yeah, interesting day this is.
Yeah, do you know where that artist went?
Sorry, Bella, I missed that one. Sorry.
Do you know where that artist went?
No, because I got stuck with an arrow in the knee.
Did you used to be an adventurer too?
Yes, and I was just going to make sure no one followed us, and I think I will not. I'll think that's to somebody else with a bit more diplomatic skills next time.
So, is the sign of being an adventurer the ability to survive an arrow up the clacker?
No, to the knee.
Okay.
Yeah, because I used to be an adventurer like you, Martin, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
I knew that David knew I was good where I was getting with it. Yeah. So, no. I just said I was at the stairs when you guys went through the place. Then I heard some noise. I've gone down the front to see what's going on. Then I met your, I'm not going to say your friends, but your associates. And when I wanted to see what they were doing, that's when I got shot in the knee, and that's when I got interrogated. So,
Wait, my associates? Who are they?
These are not your friends, or your?
Who? The Hell Knights?
Yeah, I thought you were linked to them in some way.
There are many different orders of Hell Knights, and none of them tend to agree with each other.
Oh, I didn't realise that. Sorry, I was.
And I was waiting for the hell no to be in there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. And yes, I didn't realise they had a device that tells them when I lie either. So, okay.
Yeah. Look, there are many different artifacts and magical items that exist throughout this world, and generally you should expect that any of them can do anything.
You do know what's a common magical item that the Hell Knights carry is something that can detect a lie.
I know that now. I will make sure I'm quite honest and thoughtful next time. Yeah.
Though Baleth does know a trick to it is, as long as what you're saying is not a lie, you don't have to tell the whole truth.
Yeah, so just so you know, it'll only if you think that it's a lie, it will come up as a lie. But if you don't think that it's a lie, it won't come up as a lie.
And omission is not a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my suggestion would be to try it as tricky as possible, because you see, with Hell Knights, the laws exist, but for a lot of them, the reason the laws exist don't really matter. They don't care, and they're not really, depending on the order, they're not really the most moral of people. So trick and play the system as much as possible.
Gotcha. Okay. I really need to sit down for a bit. I've had a wonderful, interesting day.
Yes.
The arrow's still on my knee, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I want to get this arrow out of my knee at some stage.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't realise that was still there. Gosh.
You look, a quick twist and a pull and it's out.
I'm sure it broke off while you were being dragged along the ground.
No.
Yes. Have a seat. Sit down.
Yep. I'll sit down at the barber chairs. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, this is going to sting for a brief moment.
Okay, yep.
Could we do something that's a bit more polished?
Well, you can heal the wound over so that the arrow is embedded in the leg permanently.
Yeah, that's generally.
I'd like to do battle medicine.
No, please don't touch it. No, please don't touch it. Please. Let me fix it.
So, Martin, the difference between battle medicine and normal medicine is it's combat action, and it doesn't remove wounds.
The end result is the same, effectively, in this situation. And yeah, if you've got time, I will say that.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but please just give me a moment. I am quite a skilled healer. Either way, watch this. It's going to be quite funny. This is what you get for screwing me over. Belaf pulls the arrow out.
Ah!
And this is what you get for being mildly trustworthy. Belaf casts Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it shows a nice little scar there.
I've got a scar with an arrow in the knee.
Big scars.
Well, it is a tattoo, but it'll be fine. Thank you, Belaf. For you, Martin, I think all of us have got battle medicine, just to let you know. So I think we've all taken the skill set at one stage. So.
Well, it's handy to bring the healer back up.
Yep, and also multiple healers at once.
Yes.
Yeah. So, cool. So I assume we didn't find the girl, and I assume we lost Cordar in the process. And
no, I'm sure Cordar's doing something self-righteous, and you probably found her or something. Who knows?
That would be Cordar. Yeah.
Well, look. He is. He's annoying. He's self-righteous, but he is quite capable every now and again.
Yeah, he has his moments, I'd say. I think, but I think it's.
Yeah, I have my moments with him too. Moments where I'd rather he was dead. But you can't have everything.
Oh, is your hellhound around at any stage?
No, not here.
Oh, because I enjoy patting the hellhound at the moment, by the way. So I still got the leather glove you gave me.
Jesus! Mate, what a just a monster explode. God damn it.
That would be annoying.
Oh, I didn't know water could do that.
Water
I
can.
looked up alternative water source. Holy shit. Sorry. My house is exploding. My house is exploding.
Is that the blood from the knee coming out of it? Oh, that's what I'm wondering. Maybe you didn't heal me properly after all.
I didn't punch it properly. Oh no! There's a build up. You're gonna lose the knee.
Not the knee.
Okay, so after a so switching over to Cordar, who's traveling.
Yep.
You get to talk to her for a while. Would you like to convince her to go to Cressida or give herself in, or help her get out of the city? What do you want to do?
Okay. First of all, talking to her, I'm assuming she's professing her innocence, and
She is,
I
yes.
believe her. Like I said, I've got no reason to doubt her word in what she's saying. I can't remember what a sense motive is. Is it society in this?
It would be perception.
Perception?
So you basically do a deception roll versus someone's perception, and if they
Yep.
can beat your passive perception, then you've deceived them.
Okay, well, I rolled my passive anyway, so I got 17 on perception, and so I'm happy that I believe her.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
It is correct. You do believe her.
Okay. And then as we're going along the rooftop, I am aiming to look out at the streets below and things like that. Am I seeing evidence of the fact that the Corvosan Guard are being somewhat usurped in their role?
You do see that some of them are being ordered around by the Queen's Guard. Yes.
Yep, okay. In which case then, I am keen to try and get her out of the city, rather than trying to take her back to Cressida at this stage, or, and I say, not back via Nex's house, / was it Solana?
So your Nexus place is in Midland, where you are.
Yep.
So the exits out of the city are through the South Gate, across High Bridge, or across North Bridge.
Okay.
You are probably closest to High Bridge, but it is not something you can take the rooftops out.
No. But as I say, we've still got the bag option. If I can convince her that it'll only be a short trip across the bridge or whatever. But the first question for then okay, if we can get you out of the city, do you have some place to go?
She thinks she has a place outside the city that should be safe. She's got family out there.
Okay then. And so in that sense, which direction does she have to get out of the city then? On the idea that presumably it'll be hard to cross the river if we go across the river and then she's got to go south or something, that would probably make it more challenging.
She says she's got to go east. So she's got to cross.
So she wants to get across the river at some point, whether that be on the north side or the south side, is that right?
That is true.
Well, as I said, we can obviously it is moderately safe, and I'm assuming we'll probably take the opportunity to rest and recuperate occasionally at points, or to ensure that there aren't anyone watching. But are you willing to step into this, hide in the pouch while I was crossing the bridge?
Okay, so she's happy to hide in your pouch. She is very worried about being caught, having seen all the people looking for her. It's not very often Hell Knights are sent to catch a person.
No. Now, I know Corda has been in the city a little bit, and we have gone across the bridges occasionally when Kangasero wanted to get out of the city. Do I know whether or not the North Bridge or the South Bridge is going to be more suitable? Noting the South Bridge, we then have to try and get through gates as well afterwards.
Well, the North Bridge would probably be the one you think you can get out of easier, because once you're through the bridge itself, you're basically in the clear.
Yeah, better before the idea of the what I know of the normal guards or gate expectations of people going in and out through those gates. So, but if I'm happy that I think the North Gate will be, or the North Bridge will be more easy, then again, and I guess that would also mean, I think that north side was actually a bit more run-down slums again, wasn't it?
It is little. It's got City Hall there and North Point, so it does have some slums, but the slums are more along the waterline.
Yeah. Okay. Well, which again, I'm thinking that will make it easier for us to actually be moving along through there if we can't be on rooftops. We'll be through the middle of the street. So I would recommend to her that, hey, we'll head towards the North Bridge, and I will carry her across from there. If there are any spots where we think, hang on, no, we can't go across the rooftops and/or we'll have to go down to the streets, then again, there'll be an opportunity to test exactly how long the air lasts in the portable hole. Not aiming to exceed it by any stretch or even push the limits, but in the sense that, yes, there may be times when, okay, we're going to have to cross the middle of the street, jump in the hole, and we'll get across and come out again. So.
Okay, so that seems to go well. The other guys, rest of the day seems to pass as you return to Nexa's home. And when reaching Nexa's home, you hear a cry going up that the assassin has been captured. And we'll finish the session there with that happening before Jeremy's character returns.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, my intent would be that getting her out of the city, and depending on what time of day that works out to be and things like that, I'm happy to spend the night out in the wilderness, or at least out in the forest or something, to help get her to her home in that sense. So, depending on how far she's going to go and where she's trying to get to. So, but yeah, I'm happy to travel with her, even spend a couple of days if necessary to actually get her back to her family.
All good. So, Cordar's missing. The assassin seems to have been captured. So, who knows, both may have happened at the same time. And
I live in
And then they know that Cordar must have been captured as well because apparently he was harbouring her according to Balath.
Look, honestly, he's more concerned about Sparky than he was concerned about Corder at the time. So.
They've been captured together.
And I appreciate all of Bellart's efforts tonight.
so yes.
Okay, then.
So, out of all of us, who just self-sacrificed his own reputation and potential life to save another party member? Who you all?
Oh, what then? Get over yourself.
Hey, I was very impressed with the way Balath acted. Not the Corder, not to see it, so therefore it doesn't count.
As long as you don't suspect me of being a good person, then all is okay.
But as I say, Corder had no idea what was going on, except that they say he'll probably hear rumours about the fact that, oh yes, Corder was harbouring the criminal.
Yeah.
And they'll be, oh yeah, obviously Balath. Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
So what are we learning tonight? Don't split the party. Never lie to a death knight. And never trust anyone associated with Pigment.
You'd have more like fighting a Death Knight than lying to a Death Knight.
Yeah, look, as I said, it was the first time I met a Death Knight as this character.
Mm-hmm.
So
Although, just manipulate the truth with a Death Knight.
well, I didn't know you could do that. I see this big guy.
That's the truth.
I see these two big guys that play down walk past me.
If you had followed Corder, you would have been perfectly fine.
I know, I thought I was doing a good watch.
Balath, he would have been fine as well.
I know.
Exactly.
Look, Martin McGlashan got to attack a Death Knight and was fine.
Yep.
Because he was around Balath.
The puppy dog.
I'm never going to hear the end of this. Okay, yeah.
You literally just spoke where Martin
Martin
attacked
Belath is getting larger and larger by the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so
Well, out of all of us, who had the Pride Stone embedded in their arms?
True. And I always thought I was doing the right thing by sit and watch. Last time I sit back and do watch. So it was like,
And let's face it, technically, ever since Balath got that Pride Shard embedded in his arm, he's become much more calm and quiet and competitive.
Yeah, no, he's become his best self and his most purest version of himself.
oh well, it's all good. I'm just sitting there going, really? Oh. And I actually text David saying, no, my luck, I'll end up in Pimlico's sister. What happened about 2 to 3 minutes later, I actually got that message. I said, Mart's been reading my messages again now. So I'm sitting there going, I do remember she was head of the guard, so yeah.
You're saying that, oh, no, that's it. Sparky's never going at the view again. She's definitely going at the front. I'm thinking, there's an old tale about a farmer with devil growing up half his crops. The farmer gives away tops or bottoms, and depending on what's going through.
No.
I'm thinking, yep, as soon as you go to the front, where, hey, the road should be.
Yeah.
Doing that.
I knew that we were going to get followed after we clear the thing, so that's why I thought I'll stay back. Try and do the right thing, but not doing that ever again. No.
It was a good plan.
It's a good plan.
You slowed them down.
The problem is I went out and followed the Death Knights, and I should have stayed hidden. It's like, I worked out next time, just stay hidden and don't do anything. So,
Well, it's like you go, they went that way.
Don't get out of bed.
yeah, I should have just stayed behind the chair. Wouldn't have got shot at during the fight.
Okay, so thank you guys for playing. Sorry it's not a long session.
That's alright, thanks everyone.
Okay. Certainly, it'll take Corder a little while to get back. Because obviously he's got to go back by the tenements again to talk to the Barber's family, give them some money to actually pay for the loss.
That is fair.
Anyway,
And
thanks very
I'll
much, guys.
see you next
Good night.
session. Have a good night. And David, don't forget your 3 questions.
I don't watch the video.
I'll be sure to forget them and just throw them away.
Well, it would certainly be worth you having a listen to the video to find out what we did find out, what the others had found out anyway.
Should I listen to it?
Sorry, Jeremy. You break
Big
up.
info dumps.
Bradshaw says something similar, by the way.
Okay.
See you guys.
Okay,
Good night, everyone.
good night.
Bye.
One action that's not.